I'm Chris Slade, and special to Igor Sandler and Music Revolution.
Okay, Chris. First, nice to see you again in Moscow.
Yes, very nice to be here.
Moscow for you is second your hot country, yeah?
Yeah, I love coming to Russia.
Coming to
Moscow
Russia.
especially, friends and...
Friends and many new friends and many good friends, and Russia, I think, one of these countries who very like rock music, who very like your playing, who very like to invite you, and now again few questions to you.
Okay, sure, of course.
Okay, Chris, in what age you began to be interested in music, and what's the form this passion realized? Who would you like to be in childhood?
Who would I like to have been?
Yeah.
I first got interested... My brother is 7 years older than me, and of course he had all the records of the day, which of course in those days was the 50s. So from an early age I learned the 50s music, so that's really what I grew up with. And then I inherited his record collection. I started playing drums when I was about, he taught me actually, my brother taught me when I was about 10 or 11 years old. And he's never been a drummer since then. He was in a street marching band, so I learned this way, to play this way, not this way.
Ah, like so, this?
Yeah. That sort of stuff. Marching around the streets with an organisation called the Boys Brigade, which is like the Boy Scouts or something. And they had bugles and drums. And that was the start of that. I think, I was 10 or 11 years old. And then when I went to the bigger school, the older school, I was the only, out of 1,000 boys, I was the only drummer. The only drummer.
Why?
In the whole school. I have no idea.
Really? All would play guitar?
There were no guitars.
Ah, no guitars?
No. There were 3 drummers in my street. In my street. And it's only 100 yards long. There were 3 drummers in my street.
But in the school one?
I was the only drummer in the whole school. I was in the orchestra, classical orchestra, the marching band, the air training corps marching band. Yeah, I was the only one on call. And I wasn't even the best drummer in my street.
Really?
The guy who lived down the road there, Idwell, was the...
They was younger?
No, he was older.
Ah, older?
Yeah, he was about 2 years older than me. Still is.
Still is, yeah. I hope.
Yes. And we were all friends, of course. In fact, there were 4 drummers, but we never saw the other one too much, to be very honest. And that was in my street. So, and then my brother showed me a few licks, and that's where it started. Danny is his name, my brother Danny. And then I started listening to jazz.
Mm.
And the big thing then was either Gene Krupa or Buddy Rich. Those were the 2 giants in those days. And I preferred the Buddy Rich sound. It was crisper and cleaner.
Mm-hmm.
And that's who I wanted to be. I couldn't even be him now, never mind back then. He was a phenomenon. Many drummers love his playing, and they all aspire. If they're sort of my age or 50, Buddy Rich was the guy that, and I saw him play, luckily in the 60s, at Ronnie Scott's Jazz Club, and I must have seen him 6 times. But it took me years to even understand what he was doing. Not that I could play it, but I couldn't even see what he was doing. I couldn't make out, all that and going, how the hell does he do that? So, of course, if I wanted to be anybody, I would have tried to be Buddy Rich.
Good, good, good. Okay. And when and how the breaking moment when you seriously decide to make music passed? When is point when you decide, yes, I will musician?
I think I was
And
16.
whom you want to be in the youngest young age? Maybe not musician. Maybe you want to be spaceman or something. Who?
No, the strange thing is, I think I've always wanted to be a musician.
All time.
A drummer.
Drummer.
Not even a musician, if you see what I mean.
Yeah, drummer,
Like,
drummer.
I've always wanted to be a drummer, always.
Always.
I remember saying to the people in the Boys Brigade, you know, there were men who ran it,
Yeah.
you know, and they were trying to guide us in the right direction through life. You know, what would you like to be? Oh, I'd like to be a pilot. I'd like to be a, you know. And I went, well, you know, to be honest, I'd really like to be a drummer. They went, get rid of that idea, kid.
No.
Straight away. I swear to God, they laughed
Really?
out loud at me. And so did all my friends. They literally laughed in my face.
Really?
Yeah.
And why? Why?
Because it was so outlandish, so beyond the realms of possibility.
Drums
You know,
was not a good profession.
it wasn't even a profession.
No profession.
No,
Just drum.
no. Nobody did it. There wasn't. I was in a small mining, steelworking community, and that's what you did. You either went down the mines to cut coal, or you went to the steelworks and worked in the steelworks. My father worked for British Airways, putting engines together for. It was then called BOAC, British Overseas Airways Corporation.
Say my father in yeah,
Really?
same. Yeah, in airplane factory. He worked 58 years in one factory, airplane.
Yeah, I think
In Saratov. Saratov.
In
Yeah,
Saratov?
yeah.
Really?
It's
I
big.
met your father.
Yeah, 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 you
Yeah,
met him.
yeah.
He was 58 years in one factory
Wow.
job.
Wow.
Same.
Yeah, I
Very,
met
very,
your father
very
last
same.
year.
Yeah,
I
exactly,
remember.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
That's quite something. I met somebody who worked with my father just last year also. He's the father of the singer that my youngest son is working with. I know that sounds very convoluted. And he worked with my father in that same factory. And now my son is singing, is playing drums with him,
Yeah, really.
with him,
Good.
with his son. You know,
Good,
it's very, very strange. This.
Very good.
No, to go back to the laughing. Oh, of course, I would like to have been a stand-up comedian, but people just laughed at me.
Yeah. Okay, okay. Good.
That always cracks me up. Laughing at my own jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now I think they look into you and said, "Wow, why we laughing?" Yeah, before.
And then the Beatles sort of happened.
Yeah.
The Beatles happened. That's and then it sort of became, people were really, really interested in music. But before it was like Pat Boone, people like that, Frank Sinatra.
Yeah.
You know, it was the crooners. And then there was a TV program called 6-5 Special, black and white TV. I didn't get a TV till I was in the house till I was 11 years old. And then the pop programs started.
Yeah.
So it wasn't such a, didn't seem such a stupid idea to be a drummer anymore. So, and I was a big Beatles fan. And then, you know, I saw Ringo up there swinging away, and then 2 years later, I was on the same stage as them.
With Ringo.
With the Beatles,
Beatles,
and
yeah.
the Rolling Stones,
Ah.
same show.
Same show.
Same
And
show.
you play with
I was then with Tom Jones.
Tom Jones.
So Tom was just a local guy. He lived half a mile from me. And he went to school with my brother. He was much older. Still is.
Still is, yeah, still is. Good health, yeah.
Yeah. And he was quite famous in our neck of the woods, in our valley. He was quite a famous guy.
I see.
But he was called Tommy Scott then. And then I heard that they needed a drummer. And I went up to this 21-year-old guitarist. I was like 16, a 22-year-old guitarist. And I was shaking because this guy was like a star, you know? Mike Roberts is his name. And I said, I hear you know, you need a drummer, and I'm a drummer, and I live by Tom. And that's how I got into the music business.
I see.
And it's now been 50 years that I've been a professional player. I'm quite proud of that.
Chris, what music bands influenced you?
The Beatles.
Only Beatles.
They
was first, no Rolling Stones.
I bought the Rolling Stones' first single when it came out. And I bought the first Beatles album, and I didn't like it. I gave it away.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Because
First
it was covers.
Covers.
Like
It's,
Please Mr. Postman and things
it's
like that.
1961, yeah?
I can't remember. Was
Yeah.
it then? 1961?
I think
Wow.
1961, yeah?
Yeah, I didn't like it.
Really?
Yeah, there
You
were no
don't like
originals.
covers?
No originals on it.
Originals, yeah.
And I already had the originals of the songs they were covering. And to be honest, they were much better. But when I heard Love Me Do, love me do, you know I love you. When I heard that, and the harmonica, and I heard that on the radio, and I got chills. It was
Something
like,
special.
my God, what is this? And I actually thought, and it was a conscious thought, and I think many other people had this in, I'm going to buy every record that this band ever makes. And I think many other people thought that also. That only got it got in the top 10, I think, but it didn't get to #1 or anything. And then I think they brought out Please Please Me. But to me it was amazing. I used to get the magazine every month, and I had a number, I was in the fan club. I was in the fan club.
Fan club?
Yeah. And I think it sounds a little strange, I know many people have said it. I think they had a real message for that generation, for my generation, and it actually woke us up. I think we woke up and went, wow, this could be great, you know.
Okay, and what next group who impressed you? Beatles was 2, 3, 5 years, but next?
By then, I think I had
many years Beatles was, many years, yeah?
Yes. I don't think there was a next, except everybody.
Beatles, everybody.
Everybody and
Good.
everything.
Good.
Everybody and everything.
But it started maybe Woodstock or end of 60?
By that time, when I first moved to London with Tom, Tom and the band, Tom Jones and the Squires, I met people like Mitch Mitchell. He was a good friend in those days, and bass player. Oh God. They were in the same band together, and then they went to audition, and it turned out the audition was for Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah.
And the rest is history with those guys. And it just opened my mind up. That's all. That's why I say everybody and everything. I'm still a music fan, still today.
Okay, Chris, and what did inspire you, and what inspires you nowadays, today?
Well, I love to travel.
New people, new city,
yes.
New country.
All of that. That really inspires me. And then, of course, working with these guys, working with the classic rock all-stars, people like that. I've been doing that now for a number of years, maybe 10 years, working with first-class musicians. And one of the guys, not these guys, one of my friends goes, you know, they pay us to travel. It's like, yeah! He's as excited as I am about the travel. It's very tiring, I must say that. And when I went to Saratov,
Exactly.
16 hours on the train, because we didn't fly. I think we fly in tomorrow. But 16 hours there and 16 hours back. But it was a great experience.
Good.
And, you know, I'm this age now, I'm 66 years old.
66.
And I'm still excited about going places. So that and playing great music is my inspiration.
Good, good. Beatles have song 64. You 64 plus 2.
Yes.
66. How years you now? 64 plus 2.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like Beatles.
When I get older.
Yeah, yeah. Little older. Yeah. Okay.
I think McCartney's about 70, isn't he? I
Yeah,
think somewhere around there.
Something like this, yeah. Okay. And did your worldview change during your care, and how?
My worldview?
Yeah, change during years.
Oh, yeah, big time.
Big time.
I'm not as naive as I used to be.
Yeah.
I know how the world works.
Yes. You know.
We
now
won't
you're
discuss-
sure. Now you're sure. Yeah.
We won't discuss that now. It'll take it'll take 2 hours.
But in short, you know.
Yes.
You know. Okay.
Yeah. And I try to stay away from any trouble of any kind.
But how you do
luckily,
it? How you do it?
I don't know.
You know.
I don't know.
You just don't.
I did a lot of martial arts.
Mhm.
And to me, it's about not fighting. It's not about fighting. It's about not fighting.
Mhm.
That's the trick. I do this.
Good idea.
You can
Good
say I
idea.
do.
Good idea. I will remember it. Yeah. Good idea. Your creative method.
I usually pick up a piece of wood, and I pick up another piece of wood, and then I move my arms around, and that's my creative method.
But your arm work with your head, I think. Yeah.
Oh,
First
my
head, give impulse.
Do I have a head?
Yeah. Yeah, we have same head. Yeah. same two ball. Yeah. Two ball. Yeah.
Actually, this worked
Good
as
hair
an
dress.
image.
Good hair. Dress.
Probably the same for you.
Exactly.
Worked as an image.
Yeah.
And people, and when I did this, there were no bald people around, you know.
What year?
82.
82.
Yeah.
Wow, I was first 80.
Really?
80.
Is that right? Cool, man.
Chris, and we know that you play quite often with the Russian tribute band Easy Dizzy. What can you say about this guy?
Oh, they're great. They're great friends now. I mean, they're standing outside here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they're all the band now have become friends. They're great musicians. They're note perfect. In fact, when we worked in Saratov,
Yeah.
when I worked with Easy Dizzy
Yeah.
in Saratov, some people left because they said we were playing to tape.
Exactly, I remember. I introduced you in this concert. Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, they
Don't
said,
believe, don't
they said,
believe.
oh, the police should come and stop this concert. They're playing to
Unbelievable
tapes."
good, yeah. Unbelievable good, yeah.
They're very, very good. And they're great guys. You know, we get on really well.
Good. Okay, Chris, and how do you think you work with AC/DC and in alcohol competition between British and Australian, who will win?
Alcohol competition?
English or Australian?
Ooh, that's a tough one. You better not include me in that.
But
I would lose.
you watching, you know how in England and how Australia.
I have a reputation of being a drinker. I usually only drink beer. Only beer. Yeah. And I don't drink that much. But there's always pictures of me holding 2 drinks. But I'm holding a drink, and somebody will come up and go, "Oh, let me buy you a drink." And they gave me another, and they go, "Oh, I'll take a picture." I'm always photographed with 2 drinks in my hand. So, you know, I enjoy a drink, and I have a lot of fun. I never drink before show, always drink afterwards. And for some reason, I don't like the reputation of me as a drinker.
Yeah.
because I'm not really a serious drinker. I never drink shorts, I never drink brandy,
Yeah.
for instance. When I'm in Russia, I occasionally do have vodka. But usually it's just beer. So in a competition, don't include me. But there are people who can just drink and drink and drink. I have friends in Britain. I wouldn't like to say who would win.
Yeah.
I mean, Angus, by the way, has never drunk in his life. Angus Young
Yeah. Never
of
drunk.
AC/DC, never drunk. He's never done drugs.
Oh,
Never.
never.
No.
Oh.
And
And
neither have I.
beer, what kind?
He drinks tea.
Tea.
That's all he drinks.
All drinks
He
tea.
smokes cigarettes and drinks tea.
Normal cigarette and tea.
Yeah, that's it.
Good.
Yeah, I think he got drunk when he was 12 or something and never liked it and never tried it. So, you know, he grew up in Australia, so there's somebody who wouldn't be in the competition either.
Okay,
No,
it's a good idea for new generation. Don't drink too much and
Yeah.
looking for yourself.
Yeah, I can't play. If
Okay.
I have 2 pints of beer, I cannot play. The coordination just goes.
Good.
I can walk and talk, I can't play.
Okay, good. Who is more hot on stage, Tom Jones or Brian Jones?
Brian Jones?
Tom Jones, yeah.
Brian Jones
Yeah.
from
AC/DC.
Oh, Brian Johnson.
Brian Jones, yeah.
Right, I didn't understand that.
Yeah.
Tom has always been the, you know,
Tom more.
yeah, Tom goes for sex appeal. Whereas, you know, Brian's a great guy, wonderful. But he doesn't do it in that way. So on stage, you've got to say Tom Jones. I mean, the women. I was at a show, Tom Jones show, just a few years ago, 2 years ago, in Las Vegas. There were 30-year-old women running to the stage and screaming at Tom. So, you know, and he's 72 now.
I see.
So, you know, me and Brian are up there too. So, you know, sex appeal, it's got to be Tom Jones. He's always been a babe magnet, you know, as they say.
Good. Okay, and last question. Do you have any favorite modern drummers?
Yeah, a good friend of mine, Todd Sukerman from the band Styx, is a great player, tremendous player. There are so many these days. Actually, a Russian reporter asked me, she said, did you come across, this was only about 2 years ago, did you come across groupies in, you know, like you've been around since the 60s, did you come across groupies? I said, yeah, of course we did. You know, we were young, we were on the road, we were unmarried, you know, of course we came across groupies. She said, do you think you have any illegitimate children out there? And I went, wow, that's a strange question, but you know what? I don't know, but there's a hell of a lot of good drummers out there.
Chris, what you can recommend to young musician?
Ooh. Practice like hell.
Yeah.
Practice is the most important thing. And believe in yourself. If somebody says, you know, you're crap, you know, you're so bad, you should just give up. Say, okay, if you have that opinion now, that's fine. I'll practice, and I'll be a lot better in 2 years' time. And you just gotta, somebody says you're crap, you just gotta brush it off.
Yeah.
You know? And just go your own way.